Fair warning, these interviews contain spoilers for Black Widow, right from the very beginning. We're not kidding, seriously. Did your agent call you up and say, the good news is you're going to be in a new Marvel movie and you're playing one of the best villains ever?
We have unfinished business. We have to go back to where it all started.
The bad news is you will be in a suit and under a mask for almost all the time.
I actually don't remember if they said that, but they probably have mentioned.
Yeah.
Lucky us. One thing's for sure. It's gonna be a hell of a reunion.
Do you know what? It was exciting. I obviously figured out, what the character is, and they showed me the pictures, and then I had the fittings, and the thing is that costume is so cool.
Yeah.
And also, it really helped with the role, because when I put it on, I felt the part.
You got the heaviness, right? That's got to be...
It's heavy, it's hot, there are many layers, it's not just one. So, and I needed like about 3 people to help me get dressed. There's no way I can put it by myself.
How long would it take to put the makeup on, the prosthetics, and have the suit on? What's the length of time?
Every morning, in the morning, I would sit in the makeup chair for about 2 hours.
Doing some plastic surgery.
And then there was the costume time. I think it took like almost 40 minutes, or I don't know, half an hour. I mean, it's that long, but it's worth it, because then when you look in the mirror, the character is right there.
Yeah, and you're so unbelievably intimidating. I was wondering whether when you were on set and you weren't wearing the mask, the suit, the outfit, were you having to be shielded and covered and protected from the paparazzi?
Look at you, you know everything already. You figured it out. That's exactly right. So they had me walk under an umbrella. They had fabric attached from it and was hanging all the way down to the floor. So I was underneath it, and I'd walk and look through like a hole made in the fabric, so I wouldn't bump into walls and people. And that's the way I was moving around.
You're like a walking tent. You're like a marquee.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a very weird thing moving around. I wonder, people that didn't know, they probably thought, what the hell is that?
I'm done running.
And you have to keep thinking, my son is loving this. He's going to be blown away by it. It's worth becoming tent man for the day.
Yes, I did think about that as well. And you know what? I invited my son on set one day, and he saw me getting dressed. He even tried that helmet on. So I know he had a glimpse of being the baby
Taskmaster.
Baby Taskmaster, and he loved it. And it's amazing how how his memory is good. Like 2 years later, when he saw the trailer, he said, "That's Mummy." And my mother, who didn't know that I was in the film, she said, what do you mean? Because I kept it secret. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean that's Mummy? How do you know? He's like, it is Mummy. She's like, no, it's not. He's like, it is, I'm telling you. So she thought he's just like fantasizing and saying whatever. But he remembered.
I've got to salute you. You kept it a secret from your own mum.
I have, yeah, from everyone.
Wow. How much of it is you when you have to your character has to specifically copy different Avengers, Marvel characters' moves? Because they're so particular. I want to salute you. I want to congratulate you, because you've got the Black Panther stuff, you've got the bow and arrow.
You won't win. I've always found it best.
Yeah, I've got it all, except obviously, I wish I could say I did all of my stunts by myself. Without any help. I'm a superhero in real life, but it's not true. I'm not Taskmaster in real life, and I'm just a human. But yes, I was dubbed. Usually I do action films, and I usually have one stunt double. Like people usually have one person that dubs them, right? Do stunts. Taskmaster had like 3 or 4 stunt doubles. That's how complicated his moves are. And because there's no one person who can be specialized in all of those. Yeah. So specific moves, it would be a gymnast who is doing that. For another one, it would be just someone who does martial arts, For other things, it's someone else. Like there's such broad skills that there's not even one person who could do, Taskmaster. So we were just basically a team working on this character all together. But believe me, if they gave me like 1 year and said, hey, Olga, you got 1 year to train so that you could do it all by yourself, I would, because it's so cool. I would just go and train and learn how to do it by myself. Why not?
How many others are there? Enough.
I'm going to start with one of those questions that every actor just loves to hear, but in a spoiler-filled movie like this one, what can you tell me about your character?
Well, I can tell you that Mason plays a kind of like a fixer, the person who can help sort out our protagonist with all the accoutrements of superhero-ness. And also there's a kind of backstory between him and Natasha, something, a bit nebulous, I guess, a bit, you kind of read between the lines about what's going on with them.
So was it I have 3 friends I immediately need to call once I got this job situation? Or was it I can only talk to my mum? Like, where were you at?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I called my mama for my family. We've got a little family WhatsApp group, so I let them know on that, So, yeah, I guess, everyone was really happy about it,
Were you the person that sat down and watched all of the Black Widow related movies top to bottom before you got on set? Or were you like, you know what, I know my character, I'm going to do that?
I was not that person, but I did watch the movies. But I think it was more important, really, because the character is an Eric creation, and it does have comic lineage, I guess. But so learning about Mason was the most important thing, and then figuring out what the relationship between Mason and Natasha are with Scarlett and Kate were the most important. Because what am I going to do? I'll be like, well, I learned this thing, and so I'm going to tell you what it is, So.
I would love to have seen that, by the way. Just, I think you'll find.
Yeah. I think you know who Black Widow is, but let me tell you a few things, young lady. No, I wasn't going to do that.
You don't actually say the line that way in Winter Soldier, but whatever. We'll talk about it over craft services later.
Exactly.
Do you get given some sort of memento or wrap gift or anything like that? Because I'm imagining Scarlett gets a catsuit when she leaves. Are you given any sort of memory or gift?
You think they give Scarlett a cat? What is she going to do with the catsuit? Is she going to be like, she's a mum at home? She's going to be getting on the catsuit to go make breakfast? I think I don't think they do that. I don't know. If she does get a catsuit, I want my agent on the line right now, because I didn't get any kind of suit.
I feel cruel, but I happen to know that she got given one before Avengers, and it came in this gift wrap bag, and it said, "Are you ready to suit up again?"
What? I am beyond pissed, man. I don't know how to say it. I want a tight-fitting all-in-one to walk around the house with. Am I part of this Marvel universe or not? They've been screwing me over.
I don't get 2 electroshock battens. I am going to flip.
No, exactly. I want that, that feeling you're like, no, everything's in place. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I can't believe they've been doing me like this. Jeez.
I've got this problem where you're this kind of sort of shield fixer. You can summon up helicopters that may not be perfect helicopters, but you can summon up helicopters out of pretty much nowhere. That sort of off-the-grid guy would be useful in maybe the Hawkeye series or a bunch of other spy-like universes. But I can't ask you that because that wouldn't be fair. So, would you hope to be in more Marvel stuff?
I love the Marvel franchise. I think the people that make it are really smart. And if they're really smart, they would have more Mason. So let it be on their heads, is what I say.
Just say they'd be fools not to. Let's just they would be fools.
I didn't say that, but the BBC did. So
yes. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
I made my choice. I'm done running.
I know everyone's going to ask you this, but at the end of the movie, it kind of gives you this hint, this feeling that there might be more of you. What impression are you getting right now as to that? Because the success of this movie has been staggering. Everyone's raving about it. Have you thought, you know what, I better get in contact with my agent again because I'd like to do this one more time?
Oh, I just, of course, I'd love to do it one more time, and I love the character, but the thing is, the decision comes to Marvel, and I can only, if they decide, I'll be there. Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get just a few more lines. That might be nice.
Right.
just maybe 2 or 3. That would be great.
Yeah,
thank you so much. In
those moments, my character is way too shocked by what's happening to her that she's speechless. And
yeah,
as they say, sometimes silence speaks louder than words. And I think in those moments, it's definitely the case.
So true. Thank you, Olga. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. You can listen to my Radio 1 movies and TV podcast, Screen Time, on BBC Sounds. And you can find these interviews in full on BBC iPlayer by searching Movies with Ali Plumb.